I haven't made a Bitcoin video in a while. I just want to kind of spitball and talk about Bitcoin. As you know, there's not much to talk about if you've been into Bitcoin. A lot of people watching just like hype stuff. I'm not going to try and clickbait, but I am going to talk about why I think Bitcoin isn't at like 500,000 right now. The fiat does not matter. I mean, I argue if you the highest tier of understanding of Bitcoin is when you get to the point where you don't even equate to fiat. It's hard to think that way because we have been, our whole lives to think fiat to Bitcoin. You go, oh, it's a fallacy of thinking. If you like, once you get to that point where you go, I don't. The only thing that fiat matters, and I struggle with this myself. I think 99% of people do it. It's an active change of thought. If you're a actual, Bitcoin maxi, you are one of those people, right? Like it is like it's very difficult to do. But when you can get to the point of thinking fiat only as a pathway to earn more Bitcoin, it sounds culty, whatever, but you know what I'm saying is like, if Bitcoin's 500K, man, I can get one bit. I only can get one now. It's 100 million Satoshis. I only get 100 million Satoshis. God, that I used to be able to get a billion satoshis for that price. Like it. So that's the different framing. Having said that, I I I can't believe, honestly, like if you just sometimes intuition is the strongest power in life, right? How is this possible? How is that possible? I didn't expect that. Like, for example, even I'm not going to get into whatever off too far off the topic, but if you look at just everything that's happening, the hyperinflation, we're pretty much there. I mean, when the government's talking about printing money to buy, was that buying stable coin? Like that is checkmate. That is the closest you're going to get to the government admitting that it's Ponzi and it's uh, the charade is almost up. I mean, I could just been drinking the water. I don't think I have been though. I just think the paper. They're of course now that the ETFs are out, of course it's being treated like gold, where there's artificial um, it's paper Bitcoin, right? We officially have paper Bitcoin. So that price will never mean the same thing. That price, it does not mean, and this is the point of the video, is my opinion is like we are at like half a million of Bitcoin right now. It is being artificially suppressed. There's no possible way it's not. How much information's out there? How many old people are going? How many young people are coming? Like these are fresh minds that have all the access to information. The young people, if you're 20 years old, you are in a beautiful place. Do the work, you know, uh, and learn about, like, I don't want anyone to buy it. I just want people never to sell it. It sounds like and this is what's like, this is the trap, because traditionally, this is why it's a paradigm shift, is traditionally anyone doing that and preaching has something to gain. And obviously, I mean, you don't know if I had Bitcoin or proxy or whatever, but assuming you're, making content like this, assuming that person does, you'd think they're talking about this so that they have incentive. And there's definitely some truth to that. Of course there is. And there is a huge part of it. Why am I making this video other than me like, I told you so? I mean, there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of points to that, but the bottom line is like, beyond all that, I think what Bitcoiners have in common is in um, a vehement um, disdain for bullshit. Truth seekers at the end of the day. Um, Often Bitcoiners have one thing in common, and that's truth seeking. So without all that, and that's the point, all that human crap, all that ego that I'm admitting to, that there's flawed, we're flawed. And that's the point of Bitcoin. That's why I get excited, is I think it can help a lot of bad stuff. And that's why I don't think it's about the fiat price, and it doesn't fix everything. Um, it can get culty and that people spend too much time on it, but like myself, you just kind of like watch videos and keep looking number go up, and like what you're not going to sell it, so what? It's like insanity, right? But I don't know. I guess this video is mainly just for like I'm just spitballing and then just like my perspective on the price right now. Having said all that qualifying crap, that was a little bit, but yeah, I don't see how it's if the, it, I don't see how with the ETFs with all the information now, all the money printing that we've had, all with all the stagnant, jobs with the, cost of living to jobs. I know people don't have a lot of time. Those are the people that unfortunately are, keeping this country going and like honestly keeping the charade going, because if you're working for fake money, you are essentially being conned. Um, and this is a thing. I don't know. It's money is very personal for everybody. It's obviously our energy and our life force at the end of the day, and how we look at it is very linked to our psychology and our worth and everything. All this stuff, and how we're raised and everything. And it's just like that's what's tricky about it. And that's why I don't know. I just want people to educate themselves on Bitcoin. I think it gives you can just like as someone who just bartended my whole I could finally like I feel like I like what I mean. It's in a way that you're like it's a safety net. And you got Larry Fink talking about it as a flight flight to safety. What do you say? Flight to quality is what he said, not safety. So that's as close you're going to get to just the same thing. Flight to quality. It's flight to safety. You are more at risk to not have any than to have a little bit, even if it's like anything. Put freaking $100 like, but yeah, not if you're gonna sell it. That's the thing. But yeah, I don't see how it's not like 500K, $1 million right now. There's no other reason than artificial suppression with all the paper, all the artificially inflating the price of Bitcoin. But that's the whole point. Is like the fiat doesn't matter. And it's inevitable. Like it's an absolute paradox the other way. This is what I can't believe, and it's like a rabbit hole, and that's what makes it inevitable. Is like if you're watching this video, you have whether it's 5 minutes from 8 minutes we're at right now from probably not being your first Bitcoin video ever, but like or it's 8,000 hours, 800 80,000 hours, and you're it's almost like you have some stake in it. Your eyes are opening, and depending on what level you're at of understanding. And again, I almost don't like it because it's so culty like that. I don't like anything that's like nothing is all and everything in life. Nothing's been like the thing. Nothing's been like no technology, no company, Apple versus Microsoft. We can't say for sure Apple is 100% going to take out Microsoft in 15 years. Like we can't talk about anything in competition where something else won't take over. There's nothing in society that's ever been that's like, this is the first. This is inevitable. This is going like the only thing you can compare it to is like internet. I guess the mobile wave. That's why Saylor's so freaking brilliant. I can listen to that guy. He is absolutely brilliant. The perfect poster boy for Bitcoin. He nails it. And he comes from an engineering background. It's the best. And he's a business, he's a salesman. So it's like, and it doesn't come off preachy. It doesn't come off, unless he's just the biggest sociopath on earth and it's a big pot. But even then it's like, it doesn't matter. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter. Anything else someone pitches. And this is why I'm obsessed. Like I used to be a salesman, and I was the worst salesman ever. I don't like preaching things that I can't afford or I don't believe in, or like, it's like I was 19, but like freaking, selling knives or selling like freaking solar or selling like it's you're getting a commission. And this is the first thing that's just like it's just absolutely beautiful. And I think that's really the point of the video is like if I had more dry powder, this is a good price. 110, I think it's a great price. It's all psychology. You go 110, like, oh, that's I don't know. And then, yeah, if you don't have it, you don't have it. But yeah, that's the end of this video. So Bitcoin's price is being artificially depressed. It's being artificially, kept down. This is going to be a thing that's manipulatable now that there are ETFs. Now that there are, there's paper Bitcoin. But that's the main point of this video is that I think by the end of this year, I'm saying this at the end, I should have said this at the beginning, but this is my belief. By the end of this year, we will be hitting hyper Bitcoinization. There's like, it feels like there's all this pressure being put, like people are just trying to like get their ducks in a row for this new like shift, like whether it's government trying to get a stable coin or blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's coming. And like at the same time, people are like trying to accumulate more Bitcoin, like to keep power. It's all about power and control, right? And so like nation states are going to buy, and they are buying. They're not going to tell you. This is the whole thing. Once it happens, it's already, that's how it works. It's just, and I think we're like right there. Like I feel like there's just this pressure, again, intuition. There's like pressure pushing it down, and it's just doing this, and they're printing money behind the scenes, and like there's all kinds of control going on right now. I can feel it. It's like tangible when you look at the YouTube videos, you look at the economy, you look at the whole world, and the fact that Bitcoin hasn't just, completely gone hyperbolic. Right now, how is that possible? So I don't know how it doesn't happen by this year. Like people just, it's all psychological, and you don't know for sure. Like something else can happen, and then it's like, oh, push it back a little bit farther. Like ultimately, the powers that be have control. They have control of the whole thing, how things work, when we hit crashes, when things happen. I can't predict it, but I'm making this video to say like there is suppression happening for sure. And it doesn't matter if it happens today, like tomorrow, today, or in 5 years, it's going to happen. It's just about waking up, right? And there's no stopping it. So that's the point of the video. And if I had a prediction, it'd be by the end of this year, it's going to be like you could see Bitcoin go to 250. And people were talking about this, and it's totally true. And it seemed crazy to say $1 million per coin. But that's totally possible. Like you could just see Bitcoin going to 500K in one day. And that's not ideal because then you got craziness. And it probably goes the other way for a little bit. So, but it could happen. It could happen this year. It could happen tomorrow. That's the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think below about what's happening with the Bitcoin state of, miners, retail, not nation states, and all that stuff, and why Bitcoin is the price it is. Because it doesn't feel like a natural cycle anymore. We are done with the 4-year cycle, in my opinion, and I don't think we'll ever see below 60K ever again. Not even close. So let me know what you guys think. Have a good day, and never sell your Bitcoin. Goodbye.